Good morning, LBHT crew. Good morning, Rogue Nation. Yes, it is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hope your week is going well, but if not, hopefully it gets better starting right now. Who we have in here? Let's get some morning shout outs. We got Michael Akins in the house saying good morning. Good morning to you, Michael Akins. Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through. Carmelo Moody, salute Grand Rising. Grand Rising. We got Dr. Cush in the house. Says good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dr. Cush. We got Rainmaker. Says good morning, everybody. Let's make Hump Day a positive one. Time to let Ozzy run the draft again. It's time for Ozzy retire. It's time for EDC to head on up out of here. It's time for a whole new regime. That's what it's time for. Don't try to bring the old thing back because you're going to be highly disappointed in that result.
This ain't the old NFL. It don't work the same way.
Right. Bazel 86 Ghost, salute. Thanks for coming through. Says, I'm not saying the guy on the right dresses like Brodney, but talk about the beanie. Yeah. We got who else we got in here? Corey Hunt. Good morning. Good morning on both channels. Salute to you. Ferris, you ready to come up? I see you down there. Your camera ain't on though. Just send me a message, let me know that you're ready. TC, good morning. So good morning, Hendo and Jose. I've been a member of both channels for 3 years. I appreciate y'all. We appreciate you. Thank you. We got Just Aloe. Salute, Just Aloe. Appreciate you coming through. Says good morning, fine people. I hope everyone has a great day. Good morning to you. RJ Trap, good morning. Good morning. We got Devin Janelle. Konnichiwa. Yes. RJ Trap showing love on both channels. Appreciate you. Big boy. Salute.
What's up?
FBG MDK. That's the dude from France, I believe.
Oh, France. Yeah.
I think it was France. Yeah. Good morning. Yeah. Yes. Bonjour. OJ Stoical says positive morning to you. Positive morning to you as well. Thank you. Demetrius Clayton. Good morning. Ravens flock. Hope all is well with you. Thank you. JR, good morning. Tone the Virgo. Salute. We got CES Jr. Salute. Good morning to you.
Guy. It's good.
Imani. Good morning.
Imani.
We got Neuropsych Sports. Good morning.
Good morning.
We got Imani saying good morning on both channels. Salute.
Just love.
DDSQ. What's going on, brother? Good morning to you. We got Trey Johnson. Good morning. Travis Whitfield. Good morning. Alfonso Richardson. Who else we got in here? Cam Dom. Good morning. Salute. Phantom Cyborg. Good morning.
Salute.
Imagine Magic World says bonjour, everyone. Let's go make the best of our day. Thanks to Hendo and Jose for these shows. Thank you for coming through and making these shows what they are, because y'all
didn't show me what be here.
Yeah. You made it what it is. Grails, good morning. We got HR Ferguson. Good morning. Adam Shanks. Good morning, man. Y'all really filing in. Okay, I like this. God's favorite saying good morning on both channels. Salute to you. Salute. We got Keymo says Ravens just signed veteran free agent offensive lineman Craig Roman.
I wouldn't be surprised. And Ravens fans would be like, you don't know what he can do. You don't know.
Right. Maybe he can snap the ball. I don't know.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yes. All right. I think we got everybody. Let's bring up our
Germany.
Harris. It always does this.
He's in Germany. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag,
man.
Wait, who's in Germany?
Imagine Magic Worlds.
Oh, okay. It says greetings to everyone in this channel as well. Greetings from Germany. Thanks to Hendo and Jose for these talks. Hey, thank you for watching.
Yes.
So we got somebody from London watching, somebody from France, somebody from Germany,
Japan.
Yes, Japan.
Hey man, we international, man.
In fact,
international, we up.
Gotta give a shout out to our brother Shaheen. I hope you're safe over there, man. He's in Iran. Long time viewer of this channel, long time supporter. I hope you're alive. I hope you're safe.
Everything good.
Yeah, hope everything's good with you.
Mhm.
You know. Yeah. So
We
all
are
right.
not up.
What's up, Tori?
What's going on, Tori? Raven 76B more, salute. This is listening and driving to work. Okay. Drive safe, man. Drive safe. All right. So draft is 1 week from
Cali.
tomorrow.
Yes.
California, we up.
Mars Madness. Cali
Sorry.
tapping in. Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Very,
Ferris.
yes.
Ferris is a proud California New Yorkan.
Yes.
Yeah.
The way he talks, you wouldn't think he was California.
I didn't know. I just the way I learned English, my guys.
This man said I got
Ashley,
a bodega.
Ashley, good morning. Good morning.
It's a corner store. We call them corner stores.
No, you call it a bodega.
No, I don't call it a bodega. We call them corner stores around here, man.
Oh, you switch it up. Good to go.
I don't sell sandwiches. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
If you can't have, I don't provide bacon,
you'll
egg,
help
and cheese.
them. You'll help them make their heat up their frozen foods though.
Yeah, exactly. I do have a microwave.
Yeah.
Just keep my microwave clean.
So draft coming up. We talked about all possibilities, right? We got, everybody's like, it seems like the consensus is draft Vega. You know what I mean? We need the interior O lineman.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a time where people are going to throw out different things to kind of throw you off the scent of what they really want. All right. I think they really are looking at Vega or interior lineman. They have to be, right? They have to be. But people are throwing out other possibilities. And Coach Evans he made a good point yesterday. He's like, look, don't crash out if we don't go O lineman in the first round, because, a running back will help us. One running back will help us. Wide receiver, even tight end, and I wouldn't crash out over that. He mentioned Cardinal Tate. Listen, that's the one guy that I'm like, look, trade up. If you're making these aggressive moves on defense, you don't mind giving up 2 first-round picks for a edge rusher. Package up a pick or 2, whatever it takes to move up. I mean, it would take a lot to move up to like top 5,
right?
But man, do that. Get somebody special. Try to go and get a Cardinal Tate to if you're willing to, if the rumors are true that we're looking at getting George Pickens, with our 14th pick, and paying them, or if we're looking for a cheaper option, then that's what you do. You say, okay, first round pick, we'll give you, whatever. Like, I mean, it takes first and a second, and next year's third or something like that, right? Do something like that. Do whatever you can to move up in the draft and get somebody, or stay where you're at, or maybe trade back a little bit. If Vega's still on the board, get Vega or Caden Proctor or Fano, whoever, right? Do that. Try to trade back into the first, get Casey Concepcion, something,
right?
Be aggressive is what I'm trying to say. You got to be aggressive because, and I keep stressing, we have to
be aggressive.
We have to,
sorry.
Yeah, but we have to keep. We have to move up as much as we can. We can't sit on those fifth round, 6th round, 7th round picks.
Right.
And why do I keep stressing that? Well, because we're not good at drafting later in the round. And Jonas Schaefer has finally caught up to what we've been saying. Okay. And he puts, in case you missed it, we haven't missed it over here, brother. You're just late to the party. Right. Says, how have the Ravens done on day 3 of the draft? Not as well as you would expect. Here's a look at how much player value via Pro Football Reference all 32 teams have gotten out of their late round picks values via the Jimmy Johnson trade chart since 2019. Okay. And he has a whole breakdown on the bannersports.com.
You see how all these beat reporters are now starting to do their jobs, and they're questioning the regime, and they're going after how the regime messed up multiple times because they're trying to reset the media landscape in Baltimore with a new head coach. Just a bunch of cowards. Just a bunch of cowards, man. You know what I mean? Y'all could have been said this when Homeboy was there. Y'all could have called him out on like, y'all don't know how to draft 5th round picks. Why do you have 10,000 of them?
What you talking about, Harbaugh? Well, I mean, Harbaugh isn't the GM. This is always a EDC issue. You know what I'm saying? But
call him out too.
Not what they're saying online. They're saying online that Harbaugh had a lot of influence.
Of course he did. We know that. But that's also a problem.
Facts.
Right? Like you can't let him have that much influence. Like he's not the GM, he's the coach. Right. And he can have a say, but he can't have that much influence. And if he did, that's also on EDC.
Yeah.
You can't let that man, peer pressure you into making bad choices.
You a grown man too, who's been there for 25 years.
Facts.
Like you predated him.
Yeah.
You were there. So I miss me with that, like, influence. I'm like, bro, you were the assistant GM with Ozzy for like 20 years, of like 10, 15 years. Then you became the head guy. Don't tell me you had zero influence. Don't be like, I got pushed around. Nah, bro, you're using him as a shield, and the media landscape in Baltimore with the beat reporters are trying to reestablish their view of this is how they do. When a new coach comes on or a new they try to reestablish themselves. Like, oh, I'm the hard hitting guy, but nah, bro, y'all just a bunch of soft cowards, bro. Y'all should have been calling this out. Y'all should have been like, your track record hasn't lent us to being hopeful. Why do you do that? Like, why not? Like Jose says, package, go up. Why are you sitting there drafting 2 tight ends and a random defensive tackle that you don't even use?
Yeah. So in case you can't see the screen here, we are ranked 20th in terms of day 3 draft picks. And given how many late picks that we utilize, that is really bad.
Yep.
That is really bad. So we are not getting our bang for our buck yet, and still we insist on trading and cannibalizing those what you call them, comp picks. You know what I'm saying? Like, we love to get the comp picks and everything like that. We make real life moves, with real players that we could rely on just so we can get those comp picks. So it's insane. Oh, what's going on, Nitro? Shout out to you. Good morning, guys. Appreciate you coming through. Nitro, you started something over here yesterday.
Yeah, you did.
I brought up your video where you were suggesting that maybe Emory Jones could play center. And listen, man, I love you, but no, absolutely not. But somebody in the chat agreed with you. But that suggestion right there is exactly why. That's exactly why they should have paid Tyler Linderbaum $27 million. Because with that world class, shout out to world class, because he went through the whole mental journey of realizing, we ain't got no other options.
Right.
And you know what, man? You know what? People need to stop just thinking linemen are interchangeable. You can't just You just can't, because Duke Manyweather for years says, if a player's been playing tackle his entire career, then you make him play guard or you make him play center, it ain't gonna work. Just because you see it happen with Zach Martin or Cooper Beebe or other players, don't mean it's gonna happen for everybody. You know what I mean?
Let me get the super chat from Dr. Kush. Appreciate you, Dr. Kush. Says O-line, get it done. Facts.
Funny enough, the Ravens, they basically started 4 tackles last year because Andrew Voorhees and Daniel Falele played tackle most of their life. Yep. So you played 4 tackles. So you're telling these 2 ginormous human beings who've played tackles their entire careers, now it's time for you to play guard.
Yeah.
Different stance, different way of doing things. You saw Daniel Falele overextend multiple times, and then having the defensive tackles use his momentum, get underneath him and get past him, because inside it's all about low man wins. It's all about leverage. It's going up into the pads. They don't know how to do that because they've never taught how to do that.
Well, not only that, Ferris. Falele started out here as a tackle, and he didn't look half bad. Right now, granted, he got a lot of help. Right, the O-line as a whole was better, but he didn't look as bad as he did last year. He just looked confused. And even with all that, I was saying, man, that can't all be him, right? Like that has to be like he's not being coached properly. Like when you just standing there not knowing what to do. Is that? I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's how the whole team looked. The whole team looked like I don't know what to do. You know what I mean?
I don't
And then he
remember
went back
where
to the
he's
coach
playing.
that orchestrated all that. So that ain't a good look. So what Kwame say?
He's up as a world class mistake.
Yeah, said it is a world class mistake. Yes. World class been coming here like, why y'all talking about me? Nitro said that. Yeah, well, yeah. Nitro was just bringing up the fact we don't have any options. We have Emory Jones that we kind of like. We see something there, but if we draft Vega in the first round, obviously he's going to get every shot to start. We paid John Simpson $10 million a year. Obviously, he's going to get a chance to start. So where does that leave Emory Jones? So that's what you're saying. Well, what if he can compete for center? Because it is an open competition. You can go and try out for center. You can try out.
Well, okay. Jose, that's what you say. Because over there on Twitter, they're like, why would we draft Ione? Because if we do, where is he going to play? Who's he going to play over? He's not starting over Emory. He's not starting over John Simpson. And that's when I just logged off the internet for the day.
If Quentin Nelson can go 6th.
Wait, hold on. Pause real quick, Ferris. Because Tracy is here. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning. Salute to you. Thanks for coming through. Hope you have a great day.
Hey, Ashley.
All right, go ahead, Ferris.
If Quentin Nelson can go 6th, y'all can draft a guard at 14. So don't act because I think we're trying to we're doing the Lord's work, Jose. We're getting, everyone's now like, oh, guard at 14 is fine, but early on it was like guard at 14, ew.
Well,
but yeah, you need it.
Listen, when you see your OLAP break down the way it did last year, if we're picking top 5, they still be like, who's the best guard, right? Yeah. He looks like a top 5 talent. Let's get him. It's the same thing I was saying about center when the price came out on Linderbaum. Like, we can't pay that. He's not worth it. You can't pay centers that much. Right. Centers aren't worth it unless you don't have one.
Facts.
Right. And as long as we could pivot to somebody else, that's fine. And I was fine with not re-signing them as long as they got somebody else. Turns out they had no other plans. So they should have ponied up that $27 million ASAP.
Thanks. And the truth comes out. Nitro didn't say center. He said right tackle.
Hey, calling you a liar.
No, you said center. I watched it. You said center. Nah, bro, you said center.
Oh,
you said center. You didn't say he should play center, but you asked the question. I watched it. It was at the beginning of your video. You said, what if he could play center? And you gave one of those little gunshot sound effects. All right. You said center, right?
I tried to defend you.
Now, to be fair, I didn't watch the rest of the video. You probably settled on maybe right tackle. But you definitely said, what if he played center? And you gave the reason because, where else are we gonna play him? Because we got Rosengarten on at right tackle, but yeah. Thank you, Ferris. Thank you. But coach is right. Rosengarten needs to be challenged too. He shouldn't just be handed the job. He needs to keep battling for that.
It's for Nitro.
Boo this man! We're not booing Nitro.
No,
we're not booing Nitro.
You know what it is?
Please forget Ferris.
You know what it is, Jose? He dressed like Debo today. He feeling real Californian, and that's why he tried to Debo.
What are you talking about?
You know what I mean?
I'm just wearing the shirt. I'm just wearing the shirt.
That's what happens.
I'll say is this, man. I'll say this. Your chain's looking real good, Hendo. That's all I gotta say.
I appreciate it.
It's pretty good.
He said maybe it's my chain.
Maybe it is my chain.
My grandmama gave me that chain.
Maybe that's also my beanie. We'll find out.
Wow, sir.
What's going on, Tanja? Good morning. Good morning. We just having fun over here.
Yeah,
we just having fun.
They must talk.
Key Mark been working out. It looks like, at least from the video I've been seeing a little while ago. Talk about Mark Andrews. Yeah. Mark Andrews, Mark Andrews comes prepared. Like he's I don't think he's ever showed up like out of shape.
Body just breaking down.
He's just getting slower because he's getting older.
Yeah,
I
you're
saw-
gonna get the
yeah.
you get the most. He'll give you all he can out there. Like his problem isn't effort at all. I've never had an issue with how he approaches the game. You know,
I saw a
It's
video from second year Mark Andrews.
Mhm.
That man was scooting.
Wasn't
He was running. He was quick. And I'm like, that guy doesn't exist anymore. He
Damn
don't
the
exist
Nitro.
anymore.
Damn the
oh,
Nitro.
that game where they played the Chargers, he had that 70-yard touchdown.
Yeah, I was like, that
I
guy
was
don't exist
like,
no more,
I
man.
told B, I was like, Hayden Hurst lost his job.
Right.
He ain't getting that back. I was like, that dude right there. I was like, Hayden Hurst. I said, that dude's running like he's never giving that job back.
Facts. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Let's see.
Don't be blaming your disease. Like, what are we doing here?
He said that diabetes don't mix with cold.
Mm.
Oh, no, that's all good. That's all good. Maybe he meant right tackle, but I definitely heard center. But that's all right. It sparked a very interesting and fun conversation yesterday. I'll say that. I'll say that.
And it proved the point that we have no viable backup plan, and they just throwing stuff at the wall, hoping that it sticks. So we need to do something. Like we need to go guard first round, center third round.
Yeah. Oh, you discussed it on Coach's channel too. Okay. Yeah. John just says Emory Jones looked good on those Steelers highlights I watched at the end of the season. Yes, which is why there's some intrigue there at playing guard, right? And I had no problem if he wins the job, but he has to compete for the job, which is why we were saying bring in a veteran that you're not paying $10 million to, that he can try to beat out, and if he's not quite ready, that veteran can hold it down until he's ready to play. Right. But when you pay $10 million to John Simpson, you're paying him to be the starter, right. At least for a little while, maybe not the whole season, but at least for a good portion of the season until somebody like Jones is ready to take over. But man, we still need to get another guard, because John Simpson, even if he holds it this year, isn't a long-term, solution. So we still need to really invest in that O-line. And obviously now, because EDC made all the wrong moves and got everything wrong, we need a center. And at this point, man, like a rookie ain't going to do it. A third round rookie ain't going to cut it. That might be a solution later on if that person can play, but he's not the answer now. We have to go and get Graham Glasgow, right? He's designated a post June 1st cut. He ain't great, but that's probably the
better
best
guard.
Option. He's a better guard.
He's a better guard.
But first, we don't have a lot of options.
Yeah, no, you don't. You don't. The only reason he was center for the Lions because Frank decided to retire.
Hey, shout out to Slim for becoming a new member. Appreciate you. Just real quick, channel members, Patreon members over at patreon.com/LBHTShow. The pin link is in my chat box over on Lunch Break Hot Take. That gets you access to our overtime show. We do that tonight after the LBHT show. And we're going to be talking about this Diana Rossini thing. We're going to talk about Diana Rossini. She stepped down. Yeah. We got some other stories. We have a lot of interesting stories that we talk about on that. So well worth the price of admission. You should check it out. Also, patreon.com/ROUG is where you can find Hendo's Patreon. And Ferris, where can they find yours?
LGRN GFBR. /LGR_network.
Yes. There you go. All right. You were saying something first?
No, I was pointing out Slime's a Q.
Now you were talking about
Slim. Yeah.
He's a Q. Shout out to him.
Yeah. Best tight end in Baltimore. Okay, so
That's facts.
And Nitro said the diabetes. He was talking about Mark's diabetes
and the cold.
In the cold, because the diabetes makes his hand numb in the cold. I didn't know that's how diabetes worked. I don't
want to hear it. And thank you, Slim, for being a member on Hendo's channel. Appreciate you. Appreciate it. I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear that. Is it tough? Yeah, but you're still the starting tight end. You're still top 2, not 2. You gotta make something happen. And if that's the case, that team should have been known that. You know what I'm saying? And they should have planned accordingly. They should have said, okay, well, if we gotta go out and play in the cold and you're not gonna perform as well, we have to target Isaiah Likely more.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're gonna have to be more that blocking tight end or whatever. Or come in certain situations, and I don't care if you got diabetes and it's cold. At the 2-yard line, you can't catch that.
Right. You see what Isaiah Likely did? You say what Isaiah Likely did from 20+ yards out, sliding.
Mm-hmm.
He caught it, and all the playoff games the Ravens have played have not been in the dire cold.
Right.
What's the excuse?
Yeah. He had 1,200 yards
1 year.
And that was fun to watch.
It wasn't fun to watch. We were 8-9. It was not fun to watch.
And you know what? And no offense, nowadays,
I just need him to do it in the postseason.
If you're a number one wide receiver on a team and you don't get 1,000 in this day and age in the NFL, you suck. Like, you just flat out suck. Straight up, you just flat out just are not good at football.
I want to say you suck.
No, I disagree. No, because the rules are in your favor. Yeah, you're number one option. I'm including tight ends here too. I'm including tight ends because nowadays tight ends can be number one option. I'm talking about if you're the number one option and you're not getting 1,000 yards in this modern day NFL where the rules are literally in your favor, you just flat out suck.
And you play all 17 games.
What if they have 20 touchdowns?
Huh?
What if they have like 20 touchdowns?
You can't get 1,000 yards within that 20 touchdowns?
Depends on the offense.
Nah, bro, you're going to get 1,000 in this league. You suck. You suck.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man. Right. You just flat out stink. Like, you know what I mean? Because you know what I mean? Let's be real. In this modern day NFL, you got second options getting 1,000 yards. You know what I mean? So if you're not getting,
that explains a lot about the Cleveland Browns. They didn't have a 100-yard receiver all year.
Name a receiver. Name a receiver on the team that sticks good.
Jerry Jeudy, people said he was good.
Come on, son. Yeah. Come on, son. Come on.
So on a running team.
What are you talking about? It's the modern day NFL. No one's a running team. Man, miss me with that running team nonsense. Get out of here.
He's talking about the Ravens.
Get out of here, man. Come on.
Especially back.
No, he's not wrong about that.
Yeah,
he's not wrong about that.
Yeah.
And that was 5 years ago. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
You can get 1,000 on a running team in this modern day NFL.
Okay, obviously we don't think Mark Andrews is that guy anymore,
right?
So if the choice is Kenyon Sadiq in the first round, are we good with that? I know there's some mixed feelings about Kenyon Sadiq. I think he's a baller. I think he could be a playmaker. I wouldn't be mad at that. I prefer wide receiver there, but Kenyon Sadiq could be that top pass catcher. If he ends up on that Antonio Gates level, that Travis Kelce level where he can get you 12 to 1,500 yards every year consistently and a bunch of touchdowns and make plays in the postseason, that's just as good. So I'm not mad at that.
Kwame, isn't this been the entire problem since Jose's been doing this podcast? The receivers have sucked in Baltimore.
Kwame says list of Ravens 1,000-yard receivers in the last 8 years.
Didn't Steve Smith get one? So Steve Smith has one. I know that.
Well, I mean that was long 8 years ago. But yes, that's Ferris's point, though.
That's the point. Your receivers have sucked. They've sucked. Your number one options have sucked. That's the point I'm making here.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's Hollywood and Zay. That's it. Your receivers have sucked. They've stunk.
Hey, what's up, King? That's
hey,
out of here. Appreciate you coming through.
Funny enough.
Fun enough you froze when you want to speak.
Hydro Fitness, what's going on? Says fellas, out of the remaining wide receivers left in free agency. Okay, there you go. Who would you rather pick up? D-Hop, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs. I know it doesn't help our O-line situation, but I'm speaking of veteran presence. No, good question. That's a good question. And probably Diggs. All of these, I'm just kind of D-Hop, D-Hop, right? But it is what it is with D-Hop, right? He can still make good catches here and there, but he's not he's not going to give you that big of a boost at this point, right? He's got to. I don't think he can be. I'd rather better for a number 2 wide receiver. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
I think Diggs still has a little bit left in the tank, and he can give you the most there. Tyreek Hill is intriguing.
Just injury with him, really.
It's just the injury thing.
Yeah.
But if he can get back up to even like 80%, I'll take that.
That's why I would go Diggs and Tyreek. You take Diggs for the now and let Tyreek heal. Don't rush him back. See what he has at the end of the season, because it's going to be low risk, high reward, because he's not going to command much money. So end of the season, if he still got, like you said, 80% of that speed, it's going to help us in the playoffs. I know people don't want Freaky Deaky on the team. Legal trouble. But we gotta think about football wise.
Yes, this is a business. We're running the business here, all right?
We want to win a Super Bowl this year or next year, because that window's not going to stay open. So we got to do whatever it is that we need to do to get the players in. Now, he can be a 1-year rental and be gone until we can find something better. But yeah, as long as he ain't hurting kids and stuff like that, sometimes you can excuse some things.
Yeah. Also, too, if you do want to draft an Oregon tight end,
we don't.
Well, yeah, that's fine. You can then wait till next year and draft the better one.
Who's better than Kenyon Sadiq?
Better than Kenyon Sadiq?
Yep, Jamari Johnson. Yeah, he's actually projected to be. He played better than him last year. People like him better. He's bigger. He played better than him.
I don't think that's true.
Jamari Johnson? Yeah, man, he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
I mean,
he's actually tight end 1 in the earlies for 2027.
I mean, when it comes to the WAC-12, I trust First's opinion.
Listen,
you're such a.
We watch a lot of Oregon football in my household.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
My dad's an Oregon fan, so we grew up watching Oregon.
First, you bump scooping again, bro. I was believing in you.
No, I'm sticking by my comment.
I remember this is 32 catches, 510 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's what he did.
It was pretty good. He played pretty well.
Listen. Let's not try to.
I like Kenyon Sadiq. I'm a big fan. I think he's gonna ball out in this league.
560 yards, 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I love the guy. But I'm talking about, like, there's also, if you wanna go, if you want the tight end, you can wait a year maybe, unless you want to get your weapon right now and go receiver or offensive line.
I mean, backup. We can get David Njoku.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We need weapons. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. That's my whole thing. Like, if he could be a weapon, I don't care that he plays tight end like we used to tight ends. Over here. If he can be one of those guys, one of those special players, and his production, and obviously his athleticism, he's one of the most athletic tight ends ever. There's potential there that he could be that. Right. So, let's not overlook that just because it's a tight end position,
And a willing blocker. Loves to block.
Yep.
Okay.
Especially on the pull. When they would pull him in Oregon, when they do other 2 tight end sets, he run through a face mask. You know what I mean? Both of those tight ends, they'll block. You know what I mean? They'll block. So yeah, and nowadays a lot of tight ends nowadays, we went through the the flex tight end where we split them out in the slot and they didn't really block. But now these new tight ends, man, they're bigger, they're just as fast, and they'll put the paws on you. You know what I mean? Because they grew up watching Rob Gronkowski, who loved to block, and you saw him push people like he was pushing defensive ends. So the tight ends now become a more Swiss Army knife. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Deanna, thank you for being a member for 6 months. Appreciate that. It says, morning, everybody. I'm not trying to hear anything from EDC unless it's a plan to fix the O-line. Pretty much, right? Like, we're tired of the lip service. We're tired of it. Like, we need to see some action here. And you can't run trash out there and convince us that this was your plan, right? Because right now it's looking like that dude Pinter is projected to be the starter.
Yep.
At center. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and if he's projected to be the starter, you're not going to convince me, oh yeah, that's what we wanted all along. We found some hidden gem there. He's been in the league for what? 5 years, 6 years, something like that.
8
years. He's an older center. Like, oh, you just knew it was him. You just knew Corey Bullock was going to be the starter.
Right.
If you knew he was going to be a starter, why did you only sign him to a 1-year deal?
Mm-hmm. Well, why didn't you play him more last season?
Right. So that was not your plan. Right now, you gambled this whole offseason. I've seen nothing but incompetence so far. I'm gonna be honest. I know I said I was gonna give him a chance and wait to see the end product, and I am. But so far, I see what I'm seeing is a GM who was gambling on the fact that Lamar Jackson was going to sign his extension. He'd have a lot more money to play around with. I saw a GM that thought that he was going to let his center test the market, and he's going to realize the offer that he made him was just as good, and he wasn't going to make as much out there. I see him make gambles and lose at every turn, and he had no backup plans. And even if you're confident that, hey, he's not going to make more than this, we gave him a competitive offer. He's not going to get much better than that. We should be good. You should still be asking yourself, hey, just in case, who can we pivot to? Mm-hmm. Just in case Lamar doesn't get us that, give us a works with us and signs that contract. Who else can we get money from? Because adding the void years, cutting everybody on offense, because that's why we don't have Likely, we don't have Keaton Mitchell, we don't have Charlie Kolar and all that because that was a reaction to not having the cap space. And you could have had a cap space if you would just went over to the defense and took some money from those guys. Mm-hmm. There's more $100 million contracts on that side than there are on the offensive side. Right. Go over there and say, Roquan, give us some money back. Marlo, give us some money back. They could have easily done that, but they refused to do that. Why? It makes no sense to me. But this was just a poorly planned offseason so far. And now they're looking at what to do at center, and they're just hoping and praying that somebody falls to them, after the draft and June 1st. Like I said, Grant Glasgow, I'm looking at everybody. There's not a lot of options. Me and Hendo looked through the list yesterday. About five veterans that that with some experience starting.
They listed them twice.
Yeah, they're listed twice. So I mean, Ethan Pochik,
yeah, those are really your two options if you want to go veteran.
Yeah. Good morning, Coach.
If you do go weapon in the first round, it's not the end of the world. But the problem is y'all don't trust this dude, because you can go weapon in the first round. In the second round and the third round, you could trade up and draft 2 guards. You can draft either, because I'm pretty sure the Penn State guy and the Texas A&M guy are probably going to be gone before you guys pick. But you can target, Emmanuel Pregnon, Keelan Rutledge. A lot of people are big fans of Keelan Rutledge. Some people have asked, I think it was it Albert Breer or someone asked, like, name a prospect you would want to be your bodyguard, like straight up. They're like, Keelan Rutledge. That guy's nasty. And you guys can attack him. Or, Nas Cooper out of Miami. You got Brian Parker II out of Duke. So you have a lot of guards to pick from, or you could go back to the Iowa well and draft, Jennings Dunker or Bo Stevens. Now there's a lot of there. You can go weapon and still have time to find interior offensive line. But the problem is do you trust him to do the right thing? That's the thing here. We're telling you what you could do, but is he going to do it?
Yeah. First, you fill me with hope, but what's up?
Plexos has a trio of hate.
Okay, right. Trifecta. First, you fill me with hope, but to believe, and this may be a different year, but to believe that EDC is going to get us a weapon and then draft an offensive lineman in the second round without doing defense in the first 2 rounds, I don't see it happening. He's going to be itching to find a defender in those first 2 rounds.
And then you know what? If I was Lamar Jackson, I'd be like, you ain't getting. I'm done.
And that may be why we haven't seen an extension sign.
You know what? What if Lamar Jackson is this new generation's Matthew Stafford? You know what I mean? Even though he's better than Matthew Stafford.
Don't do it first.
And you know what? He leaves and he wins somewhere.
I personally don't think he's going.
I don't think he wants to leave.
I don't think he's going to leave. I think part of it, it's he's not happy with the moves being made on offense. I mean, you can't be happy with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But really, I think this stems from how they screwed him over their first time with his contract.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is low key his way of getting payback because, the league colluded to keep him there, and sign a deal that wasn't a fully guaranteed deal and not the 3-year fully guaranteed that they try to put out there to say, see, we offered him a fully guaranteed deal. 5 years fully guaranteed. The league didn't want to do any more of those deals. And they won in that sense. And he said, okay, well, cool. I'll just, I'll play it cool. I'll sign this deal. I'm gonna ball out and show my value. And now I'm in a position to where they can't trade me because there's no trade clause. They can't tag me, no tag clause. And they can't cut me because it's just, cap wise, it's not feasible. The only thing they can do is extend me, but I
have to agree.
Right.
Yeah.
And more to your point, Jose, the one thing that may have happened that we weren't privy to is the fact that during those negotiations, because he didn't have an agent, he's dealing directly with the team. And when you deal directly with the team, they have to tell you what they don't like about you, as far as why they won't give you the contract that you want. And maybe in hearing some of those things, he's like, oh, that's how you really feel about me? Got it. I'm going to hold that on until the next time.
Yeah. All you need is a union lawyer and his mom and him. That's all they needed.
Yep.
And they had to tell him, this is why I don't want to give you. This is why I don't think I should give you what Kirk Cousins got. Imagine knowing that. Y'all remember Kirk Cousins when he left Washington?
Well, they tried to give him the Kirk Cousins deal. Kirk Cousins got 3 years fully guaranteed, and he's like, "I'm better than Kirk Cousins."
That's
Kirk
true.
Cousins never won anything for you,
exactly,
for anybody, right? But it goes both ways in those negotiations because people they love saying that, like, "Hey, GMs don't like telling players directly what they don't like about them, but the players also telling the GM what they don't like about the organization."
Facts,
right? When you have to hear, hey man, you haven't been doing a good job, protecting me.
Yeah.
You haven't been doing a good job surrounding me with weapons. What's your plan?
Where's my offensive line?
Especially in a year where he's already hearing it from his boss. He's hearing that from Steve Bisciotti. He's already under pressure. I believe EDC is trying to make this team better. I just think he took some gambles and they didn't pan out in his favor.
Right.
Because this could look a lot different now if we have Tyler Linderbaum and Lamar got his deal done. This team would look a lot different. We'd be sitting there saying, all right, cool. Right. We're all right.
We good. But 3/5 of the offensive line being a question mark. And I know, Coach, you said you believe in EDC. I'm trying to believe in this man. But before the season ended, he knew that Tyler Linderbaum was going to be the #1 rated offensive lineman in free agency. He knew that. He knows that every year teams throw money at players that may not deserve it. So he should have had a contingency plan. Even if I'm not going to sign him, I'm not going to give him a lot of money, you should have had a plan in place for one of these lower tier centers or somebody to come in and be that option. He did neither. He said, I'm going to play it close to the vest, wait till the end, and we're just going to go with whatever. He would never do that on defense. You would never go with a safety or a middle linebacker that has no experience and throw him in there and say, well, let's give him some experience. He'll be good in a year or two. He would never do that. And I know you trolling, Coach, but it's people out there that really believe that he did a good job by having to, for the second time in 4 years, revamp the whole offensive line. It's crazy.
By the way, you can start referring to Jose as Buck Nasty, Tony as Pitbull, and me as Silky Johnson.
Of course, you would be Silky.
Because I'm Silky Johnson. Unless you want to be beautiful, Hendo, you can switch.
Coach, you were here yesterday. We were having fun with World Class and discussing possibility of Emory Jones playing center, right? And we're saying, hey, look, man, like, and Ferris brought that point up today too, like. These are 5 different positions, and they're just not interchangeable. And it's funny because whenever people talk up, use that quote, "Hey, this ain't Madden. This ain't Madden." Deanna, thank you for being a new member on my channel. I appreciate that. When they say, "Hey, this ain't Madden," in reference to you can't just spend money on everybody. No, it ain't Madden when we're talking about you can just put a player over here, right? And I know where that comes from. That is a Madden train of thought, right? When people say, oh, we can just take this this person has never played center and put him over here. Because in Madden and college football, you can take a guard that's rated, you look at him, he's rated 85, put him at center. He might be rated like a 77. That's, and then he gets enough XP. He get enough XP and then he can, you know what I'm saying? Right. And then he'll be fine. That's why people think that way. Because Madden, you never see in Madden, you take somebody that's good at a right tackle, left guard, whatever, and put them at center, and then they're F. They're a 50 or whatever. Like they don't have those things where it's just like, yeah, he can play here, but he can't play there. If they play on the O-line, they hover around the same in terms of rating. So that's where you have that belief that they can play those other positions. That's not how it works in real life. Right.
I hate NCAA, man. They move my right tackle to left tackle. I'm like, why are you doing that? Stop that. Make no sense. I don't get it.
And you there's all kinds of glitches you can do in those games, which is why like that is like we say this ain't Madden. That's what you need to be referring to.
Thanks.
By the way, Jay, I have more hair than them, so like I don't even know what you're talking about. Shut your face. Like that's why I'm silky.
Ben Cleveland was the second best center on the team. Yeah, I forgot about Ben Cleveland already.
Facts.
So, but this is where we're at, folks. This is where we're at.
You guys are not interested in a nose tackle? No, I'll take 2 first-round picks.
Oh, we're not going to give 2 first-round picks.
Well, okay, then let's not converse then.
No, bro. I would love for him to come over here.
Yeah,
but for 2 first, come on, bro.
He's the best nose tackle he's the best nose tackle in NFL history.
And we have to get a new contract.
And you're not going to get 2 first-round picks.
So you're willing to give 2 first-round picks to not even the best defensive end in the league, but you're not going to give 2 first-round picks to the best nose tackle in the league?
First.
Okay. All right.
Were we?
So
that's true.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this first. How mad are you going to be when we give up like a second or a conditional third for Dexter Lawrence?
I would unfriend you guys very quickly. I'll overturn anybody's messages. Jose gonna message me, Ferris, I need you on the show. I'm running late. I'm like, nope.
Ferris. All right, how about
go drink that juice.
All right, how would you feel? How would you feel when we give you a 2nd and a 6th for Malik Neighbors?
That's the last time you'll ever see me. I swear to God.
Listen, your guy. Your guy. John Harbaugh. He's on a power trip. I didn't know this, but you're firing concession stand people.
Everybody get fired, man. Everybody get fired, dog.
Everybody getting it, bro.
Everybody get fired.
He fired the laundry dude.
Yeah,
the town boy.
He's trying to trade beat reporters. You know what I mean? Like
he did say that. He said, "I trade you right now.
I trade you right now." I was like, dude, you don't get it. Man.
He's dead serious,
bro. He dead serious, bro. Dude, his shtick, if he ain't winning, it's run thin, and he's gonna, they're gonna go after him, man. He already got beat reporters that don't like him. They already. Pat Leonard don't like him. He don't win, bro. He's done. Like he's dead, bro. Like. He doesn't get it, man. You ain't pushing around.
Visit to the White House did something to him.
Yeah, bro. You ain't pushing around Jamison Hensley and Jonas Schaefer. You know what I mean? These reporters, they're
brothers get
they
fired.
want the negativity, man. They want the negativity. He got fired on his day off.
Facts.
He was on his day off. They fired him, dog. I think his name was Craig.
Well, Ashley, for Giants fans, you don't have to say welcome to the bottom. They are very familiar.
Yeah.
They're very familiar.
When I decided to become a Giants fan, I had 2 Super Bowl victories in the first 4 years. I thought I was going to be, drowning in championships.
That was the standard.
I was like, baby, 2 in 4 years. And then I haven't seen happiness.
Black GM that got you there.
Yeah, I haven't seen happiness since 2011.
And Jay Ferris has never been to New York. Never.
Yeah, no, I'm not from New York. No, actually, I have been in New York. I have been.
Oh, you did? You recently?
Yes, I have.
Recently.
Yes, I walked around Manhattan. Okay,
right.
I was in Penn Station.
Did you feel how different it is there? Like it's a different feel in New York.
Yeah, man. I felt right at home, man. I was like, yeah, man. Sorry, man. That's crazy. I went to Foot Locker, got me a hat. I got me a Yankees fitted. I got me a fitted too. No snapback. No, not snapback nonsense. Straight up fitted, baby. 7 1/4. You know what I mean? Big dome, big brain. You know how it is.
He fit right in too.
Hey man, yo, they be robbing these tourists, dude. Like my homie was like, "Hey, let's go to the Empire State Building." I was like, "Cool, let's go." Bro, that was $100 a person. I'm like, bro, no offense. I love history.
It's a building.
Ain't no way I'm paying $100 to go up in a building, bro. Not even go up to the top. If I want to go up to the top, that was an extra 50, like it was an extra $30.
Yeah.
That's like $130.
Flagship says, here's what the Ravens should do: trade back with Bolts, Chargers to 22nd, and pick up their 55th overall. Draft McDonald 22nd. Take Pregnon at 45. Use 55 and Bateman, and a 5th for Pickens. I like your plan. I don't know if they would take that. If they would take that for Pickens, yes, but I don't think they'll take a second, and 2 seconds, and Bateman. Like I don't know if you guys realize this, and I trigger alert. Bateman is not that valuable.
Thanks.
All right, to other teams. Okay, he's number one in our hearts, but he's not that valuable to other teams, and especially coming off the season he came off of. Now, if it was the year prior, right, we could sell it like, hey, he's trending up. He could have easily went over 1,000 yards. Blah blah blah. This is and that. Former number one, former first round pick. You could do that. Mm-hmm. He just looked terrible last year, so his stock is down. So he like adding him to that mix. That's like adding a 7th round pick.
But
right.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, you got to give up a first for a franchise tag player.
Yeah, the tender. Yeah,
you can. He's on. The team can negotiate,
but
that's usually the standard. But the team can negotiate.
But, even if they could, why would Dallas say, "No, I don't want that first round to give me 55"? Like that.
Right.
Yeah. I think they put the first round tender tag, right? The transitional franchise tag.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's different types of tags now.
Because there's
exclusive, non-exclusive, and transitional.
Yeah.
No, so that's not the trade. So the tag is for. So the tag works this way: that it's a first round or 2 first rounds or whatever. If another team wants to, they have to give that up. If they want to trade, then it could be for whatever.
Got it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Leave Bateman alone.
Yeah.
Ashley, why is Bateman so valuable to you?
No,
I like Rashad Bateman.
I say he's number one in our hearts.
Hey man, I'll say this: when you start referring to players as former first round pick Rashad Bateman, you know how his career went.
Yeah,
it didn't go good.
That's right. Hashtag this ain't Madden. Facts.
Yeah. People still referring to Taven Bryan as former Jacksonville Jaguars first round pick Taven Bryan.
Hey, he was on the Ravens.
Shout out to Imani for the super chat. Says, and Bate can't play in the sun apparently. Right.
I clipped that on TikTok, bro.
The sun,
it's
the cold,
it's the bad look.
Sleet, monsoon.
No. He could play in the cold. He had the first touchdown versus Buffalo in 24.
Yeah, he did.
He played cold.
Oh, good for him.
It's a consistency thing, right? You can look at clips and say, "Oh yeah, see, look, he's showing you right there," but do it consistently. Mm-hmm. That's the thing, right? And do it in big moments. So, no, man, like I don't know. I don't want to try to figure it out. I don't want to hear this opportunity thing either. Right. He's had 5 years of opportunities. Okay, that's not the problem. The problem is he's just not the caliber wide receiver we were hoping he would be, and that's fine. I'm not even saying get rid of him, but we have to upgrade.
We gotta right. And Jose, to you, does it look like he takes some plays off?
Yeah.
So y'all go.
Look like he took a season off.
So y'all go fight for a guy that takes plays off, but get you 200 yards. But a guy to get you 1,400, we don't want him. He takes plays off, but got damn near 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns.
And receivers take plays off all the time.
Here go the names. We didn't call him this, y'all. We didn't call him this. Rashad Bunzman.
Yo, who called him that? That's diabolical, bro. That's crazy. That's wild.
That's why he don't like Ravens fans. That's why he can't stand y'all.
Hey man, thinking about that, man. Yo, his college team was pretty cold. Him,
and
Tyler Johnson. Yeah, him, Tyler Johnson. Yeah.
Oh,
All right, we gotta get out of here. You got
Antoine Winfield Jr.
Oh,
He was on that team.
Was he?
All right, we get out of here,
Yeah,
y'all. We get out of here. Look, tune back in tonight, 7:45 p.m. Eastern time for the LBHT show. All right, we'll talk more about it then, and we're gonna do our mock draft. We got a mock draft. We got a whole slideshow and everything. It's gonna be nice. I just like this fan base too.
Hey man, hey man, if you can't laugh at yourself, man, you can't be an athlete, man, because they'll pick you up. I always found it weird that he never went with, like, you know, I get him and Lamar probably not like friends, but like you didn't want to like work out with him in the summer to get, you know, tempo and like, you know, chemistry. I always found that a little weird.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. All right, so
even the Jets receivers went to California with Mark Sanchez. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. Y'all hit that like button on your way out. Hit that subscribe button. Also, Good Friends, Better Rivals. That's Ferris's channel. Make sure you subscribe over there. All right. I'll put his link in the description. All right. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you later tonight. Peace.